Okay, we know farmability is a problem. Yes, we're trying to fix it. Look, here's what you have to do. You have to stop buying offers. It's the only thing we can do. It's the only thing you can do is stop buying this. When you see Cersei and Icarus show up in the store, you can't buy it. Okay? That's all there's left to do. Because as long as this sells, they're not going to be farmable. At the end of the day, that's what we're looking at. If you buy this offer, you're voting with your dollar and you're voting for no farmability. So all the people that are complaining about farmability, you know, at least 25% of them are sitting here buying shards. You don't get to buy shards and complain about farmability because you are literally the problem. The game company's a problem too because they're taking your money and they don't care to make the game playable. But yeah, if you're giving them cash, you are telling them you don't have to make this character farmable. I will literally pay you. I will literally pay you. Thanks for sharing. I don't envy your job. I don't. I know it's difficult. Look, I know it's difficult. I don't know if you know I've been doing this or not, but here, let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something. So I've been doing this for a minute. You'll get a kick out of this because I'm feeling your pain. Okay. So I got my own server here, and first, welcome to Everything Wrong with Marvel Strike Force. This is Mr. Hartgrave, where we talk about everything wrong with Marvel Strike Force, and I'm filling Cerebro in today on what's been going on in Mr. Hartgrave land. And what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to fix Marvel Strike Force, and what that's entailed has been on my server. The link's down below. Come join the party. We do need more votes on this stuff because if I'm going to push something in front of Cerebro, in front of Archangel, I need to show them that people care about this stuff. Okay. I can't just tell them, oh, I think people care about this stuff and maybe you guys should fix it. Like, it needs to be quantifiable numbers. And the number one thing that people want right now, we got 424, reactions on it on my server, are request to commit to making node 5 and 10 characters farmable before Scourge events that require them. We have failed to do this, okay? Because we have another Scourge coming up, the Morgan Le Fay Scourge. It drops like in a couple of minutes here, and we still don't have Web Warriors. We still don't have Dark Hunters farmable, and it sucks. It sucks for new players. It sucks for veterans. It sucks for everybody. And I was just telling Cerebro that I do sympathize with him. I know that this job sucks because I have a section of my Discord here that I have given up, and I've given up my time, hours and hours of my life sifting through your inane suggestions, your stupidity, your insane requests. There's some good ones in here too, but there's a lot of crap. And I've had to remind people over and over and over again, please, just keep it to things that are reasonable, that are possible, that are fixable. And time again, we are off on tangents. No one can agree on anything, and it is absurd. What I'm going to do is next week when I come out here every week and I do this show, Everything Wrong with Marvel Strike Force, where we talk about everything wrong with Marvel Strike Force. I'm going to curate this stuff and I'll grab out the good ones. Normally I read through them, but I've let it go for a couple of weeks because we've been talking about other things on this show, trying to get updates on the most current issues. But you can see here, it goes on forever. There's a new one every minute. Someone that thinks that they know how to fix the game or they can do something. And I encourage people to come in here and throw your hat in the ring and tell us what's wrong with the game. Let me tell you right now, though, if your suggestion is like a page long and requires a lot of detailed steps on how the developers are going to fix something, it's not going to get done, everybody. This isn't this is everything that's wrong with Marvel Strike Force in here. It's not your detailed steps for the developers on what to do. We don't need to tell them how to do their jobs. They are paid to design this game, and they are paid to fix things like farmability, which is what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about farmability, and I'm going to go to this. I've been ranting about this now for like an hour, so I'm going to cut to that now. Enjoy my further rants on farmability, bouncing off of this Reddit post by Weed Gummy, a fine, upstanding member of this Marvel Strike Force community. All right, enjoy, everybody. Keep digging. Is this the Cerebro? That'd be weird. Awkward. Welcome, my friend. Oh, what a day. What a day. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. So what do you want to talk about? I didn't have any plans. I think we were just sitting around waiting for reset. Here, I guess we can talk about what's wrong with Marvel Strike Force. There's a lot of stuff wrong with Marvel Strike Force, right? Here we go. Yeah, let's just get into it. Yeah, right? All right, yeah, I mean, if we're going to have community managers dropping by the stream, the only thing I really want to talk about is, what's wrong with Marvel Strike Force. So here we go. We got issues. We got them tallied up. We got people voting on them. Here, you know what? The only thing the community cares about is this right here. I would be remiss if I had Cerebro in my chat and we didn't just talk about farmability. Let's talk about farmability. There you go. This is everything anybody cares about. Nobody cares about anything else. We could talk about so many other things, but the only thing the community cares about is farmability. With the second run of Morgan coming back soon and none of her requirements farmable, go Spider, Spider-Punk, Spider, Morbius, and Voodoo. We've officially reached the point where there is no game for new and mid-game players. It does kind of suck. The new player experience, pretty awful, quite honestly. And if I was a new player coming in now, it's like, what am I going to do? If I miss these releases, how am I going to jump on board with Scourges? If I can't, yeah, talking about Ghost Spider, Spider-Punk, Scarlet Spider, Morbius, and Voodoo is great, but to do Scourges, you really need Icarus and Circe. So let's talk about that. Let's just clear everything off. All right. Cerebro says it's his personal crusade. How long have you been on this crusade for, sir? Because this has been a problem for a very long time. Why? Do they just run away when they see you coming now? They're like, it's Cerebro, just get out of the way. We don't want to talk about farmability. All he ever wants to talk about is farmability, and we hate that. Come on. All right, look, Icarus and Circe. You can't Marvel Strike Force without Icarus and Circe. I agree. No details here. You can't do Marvel Strike Force without Icarus and Circe. My assumption is that the fix for that is right here. My assumption is that the feeling is you don't have Icarus or Circe. Great. Here's the fix for that. Here's what you do. Look, we've dropped the price to $30, right? There we go. Now we're talking. This is how you play Marvel Strike Force. It's a $60 minimum buy-in. Is that what Marvel Strike Force is? Is that the message we want to send? Because I mean, that's what's clear to me. If anyone out there was serious about, playing this game, participating in Scourges, because you can't do Scourges without Icarus and Cersei. Like you're not going to do very well in any of this stuff. So is this what, or is this the last, are these the last two Icarus and Cersei offers before they're farmable? Is this the last hurrah? Or do these sell so damn well that they're never going to release this? They made these characters too powerful. We're selling too many of these offers. I mean, it seems like the thing to do here would be to take Icarus and Cersei, and the worst thing you could do, which is normally what it seems to happen, is you put them in the premium orb, right? Like Icarus, Icarus probably is going to be premium orb only, but let's get him in there now. Let's pull the Band-Aid off of that. Then you could still charge $30 for him. Right? You could still charge $30 for, like, you don't even lose money. But at least we can stop having hope. Hope's a killer, man. We don't need hope. See, my thought is that everyone says they want farmability, but then these offers sell. This offer sells. Out of any other offer, this is probably one that sells the most. Because everybody knows how good Icarus and Cersei are. And if, like, people on YouTube and people that watch content creators and people, like, that's one thing. But then the people that are going to want to, that the real, I'm an influencer, right? But my influence is on people who, like, don't spend money. Or, people that already have their mind made up about how they're going to spend their money. I feel the real influencers are the alliances out there. And I feel like when a new player is coming up in alliances and they join an alliance and they're like, what characters do I need? What's the character that can really, change my game? What do I need for the raids? What do I need for this? What do I need to win the arena? What do I need? Icarus and Cersei, Eternals, dude. Just get the Eternals. It's 2 characters. You could buy a full 5-character team and it won't do what these 2 characters do. So really, if you think about it that way, this is a deal. But we got it. Come on. It's been over. It's like, this was last year. These guys released like in November. This is ridiculous. Like, we need standards. We need standards in this game. We need a standard time. And I hope that when you say this is your mission, when you say that it's your mission to get characters farmable, that it's not just Icarus and Cersei, right? Because that's a symptom. Like, it's a symptom of the problem to talk about Icarus and Cersei. Like, if we just talk about Icarus and Cersei, then we don't get down to the root issue of standards. A standard time for a character to become farmable. We got to stop having characters skip the line. It's been 4 years. All this, stuff that goes on where we don't know what we're doing and we're just testing this out, and this guy, we didn't make them farmable that way, or we didn't do this because we didn't know how we were going to release. It's been 4 years. At this point, we should know, Boundless should know how the game works, how they make money, and how characters are released. And you should be able to communicate that to your players. And this is why players are leaving, is because you're not doing that. Because we get tired. We get tired and aggravated not knowing when. Like, new characters get released now, right? We just had a new batch of characters released. And honestly, in my heart of hearts, I don't care. I don't care about the new characters. I can't bring myself to care about it because I'm so abused over playing this game for 4 years that when you announce new characters, oh, these new characters are coming. I'm like, great. How do I get them? How and when do they become farmable? I just don't care. I just don't care anymore. And I'm holding on strong because I have a YouTube channel, right? I made this into like a lifestyle. But for anyone that hasn't done that, they're just uninstalling. They're just over it. They're just over it. Maybe I'm crazy. You know, maybe everything's actually working out really well. Maybe the company's not down in profits since Thanos Giving. Maybe things are working out really good. But I think having a set of standards around character releases is something that gets touted as something that's good about other games. When people tell me about, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes versus Marvel Strike Force, they'll say this and this and this is good and this is good. And they'll say like, well, in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I know what's going to happen. When a character releases, it will do this, and then it's farmable. And I'm glad you can hear me on this, Cerebro, because if I hope that this is what's being communicated and that we're not just pushing for like a one-time Band-Aid. As much as the community wouldn't care. Like, I know the community doesn't care. You put Icarus and Cersei on nodes tomorrow and no one will talk about farmability for like another 3 months. And they will totally forget about the underlying issues. We can just Band-Aid this and carry on. But I don't think that that is good. I think what we need to do is get at the underlying issue of standards. And this game should have them in a few different ways. And one of the major ways it should have standards is with character releases. And I think that's why we don't want this to keep happening, right? We don't want to see this on Reddit, and we don't want this to be the perception. I mean, this is what I have to honestly tell people about Marvel Strike Force. And I don't want to honestly tell people this about Marvel Strike Force. I'd like to be proud to be playing Marvel Strike Force and to be a content creator that has 10,000 subscribers, all based on the strength of this game. I would like to tell people, oh no, yeah, this is a good game to play because, these characters come out and you can get them for free. You can spend a reasonable amount of money on them if you want to get like a jump on the content or if you really like a character. But then after a month, they're fountainable, and then after 2 months or 3 months they're farmable, and it never gets weird, and it's always reasonable, and you never find yourself entering into a situation where all the players around you are going into the new great content which you want to enjoy, and then you just don't have all the tools that you need. Which is what we're dealing with right now. So right now we have a new Scourge coming up. Everybody wants to go play that Scourge. We don't have Cersei. We don't have Icarus. We don't have Young Avengers. We don't have Web Warriors. We don't have Horseman characters, which are like the new important thing to have all over the place. We're being told we want to raise them up to tier 17. We literally don't have them in our rosters. And I can't tell a new player when they're going to get them. I'm trying to make new player guides and help new players. And I'm like, keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled for Horseman characters when they show up. If you're lucky enough to start this month, then you can play the game. But if you start next month, I don't know how many months it's going to take. Because sometimes it can take a full calendar year before a character's farmable. I mean, we can't forget Moondragon. I can't forget Moondragon. I don't think anybody else should forget Moondragon either. What happened with Moondragon? Let's do a post-mortem. Okay? This is your crusade, is to make characters farmable. What happened with Moondragon? Can we get to the bottom of that? It took over 200 days. Why? Why? Were people buying Moondragon offers, or did we forget? Did we honestly forget that Moondragon existed? Did people really keep buying her? I'm just curious. I just really want to know. Why would you buy Moondragon? She was useless. You didn't even need her to make the team work. Did people know that? I'm so confused. I'm so confused why a character would remain unfarmable for such a nothing character. Such a useless character in the grand scheme of this game. Why is it left unfarmable for such a long time? Like Icarus and Cersei almost makes sense to me. I get it. I hate it, but I get it. It's a really good set of characters. They probably sell really well. And there's got to be some impulse to be like, let's just hold them back another month, man. Those guys draw in like 10 grand a month. Like we just can't. Like everyone's buying them. I get that. Was Moondragon really making that kind of money for you? I don't know. What happened? Are we not allowed to say? Oh, man. Because this question is going to haunt me for forever until there's an answer to it. My brain's like that. It won't let this go. Like, it's so interesting to me why this character would remain unfarmable for so long. And then we would have a conversation about how it's your crusade to make characters farmable. What happened here? Were you coming into work with like free Moondragon shirts on? Were you on the roof? Like, was it making you crazy too? Is it just me? Is it just us? It's really weird. No, somehow I have not been kicked out of the Envoy program yet, Silky. I might be getting that done right now. I might be speed running that right now. I don't know. You know, I can't help myself. I can't just ignore situations. Like I said, my brain won't let it go. You know, something like this is infinitely interesting to me. Is there a pool going for how long I'll last? I don't know. We might be starting one right now. Make sure you like and comment, subscribe, make a vote below. How long do you think I'll stay in Envoy for talking this way? I'm keeping it clean. I'm trying to be civil, right? But I have questions. And I'm very curious about Moondragon. I'm hoping to break the story right here. I'm hoping that we get the actual, just if there's some official statement on what happened with Moondragon. I think it's been long enough. No one besides Mr. Heartgrave cares about what happened to Moondragon, right? It's just me. It's just me. Just me and you, Cerebro. You can tell me. It's just me, you, and 125 people. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'll put this on YouTube and clickbait it. Nah. I don't think people would care. I couldn't even clickbait that. I could, the secret of Moondragon revealed. Nah, it's not even going to get views, man. You can PM it to me. I just want to know what happened. And is it going to happen again? Is there anything in place preventing another Moondragon from happening, right? Like, which one of these characters is the new Moondragon? So when's it going to happen? Like, which one of these is the new Moondragon? Is it, you can't have it be Cersei and Icarus because they're so important. And it doesn't even matter. Oh, hey, here's another thing. When we're talking about farmability and all that kind of stuff, I do have it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind if a new player were to go in here and just look up Jubilee, right? And they don't have her unlocked, so she's all like, staticky. Why isn't there something that tells you how to unlock her? If anyone cares about the new player experience at all for 4 years, why isn't there, like, if you click on something, why doesn't it be like requires Pimtech? A literal line of text underneath a legendary to be like, is a legendary unlock requires Pimtech? Like, it's insane. Do you do this just for the content creators, just for us, so that we have something to do, so we can make that video nonstop, like every month till the end of time? Because I mean, really, other games, if you have characters that have, convoluted unlock methods, they'll tip you off. They'll be like, here's how you get it. Yeah. Creatures of Queens is saying it right now in the chat. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has a journey guide. They'll tell you. Just a line of text. Literally a line of text. Like someone's playing, like how many thousands of people are playing whose favorite character is in the game, who's a legendary character, and they just don't know how to even get them. It's not even clear to them. It's kind of beside the point. I mean, it's kind of related to the same conversation, because here's another problem in itself. If we're going to talk about Jubilee, how's a new player get Jubilee? How does a new player get Jubilee? How long does it take a new player to get Jubilee? It takes a year. It takes like a year to get Jubilee. Like, I guess without your wallet. Mutants in general are not farmable for new players. Like, all this stuff aside where we're all backlogged, right? We're all backlogged. All these characters are unfarmable. We got more new characters coming every patch than ever before. You think I've chased him off yet? Is he gone? You can't say Heartgrave didn't try, everybody. You can't say I didn't try. I mean, it's all I have to talk about tonight. Also, congratulations. This is everything wrong with Marvel Strike Force. This is the whole video. This is it. This is it, because it's all anyone cares about. Like, if you look up gripes, if you look up petty grievances with this game, this is it. This is all anybody cares about. People just care about farmability, and it's huge because the game has a problem with it. And this post is correct. Thank you, Weed Gummy. I have to thank Weed Gummy from Reddit for saying that lack of character accessibility has reached a crisis point. Now, I don't want to say it's a crisis. Maybe I need to say it's a crisis to get it fixed, but I mean, it's really just spend money. And I don't even think we need, like, down here at the bottom, like, this would be great. 5+ characters farmable per month until we get back to a cadence where all the new characters. The only reason we're talking about this today, the only reason why I'm talking about this today is because you did put out this blog and you didn't have a section in here about availability. Like, all you have to do to avoid my anger on this is every week you need to have a section on availability where something happens, where some movement is made. It's usually right down here at the bottom. And this week we didn't do it, and that sucks. Like, I can believe all the things that you say if every week there's a section in this blog that says character availability. This is what's happening this week. And it can be as small as an addition to the premium orb or characters going to the red star. Like, we got a problem with characters not being in the red star section. Like, Spider-Woman isn't available to buy in red stars right now, and that's just weird. Like, let's get caught up. Let's do this. I know it seems like it's a small team that works on the game, which is great. I mean, it seems like a cool family. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's friends, right? It's a cool place to work. Everybody's happy. And there's only so many things you can work on. And probably right now, let's say all the resources are tied up in, Horseman stuff. These new sagas and whatnot. But if no one's around to play the new sagas, how successful is it? And how hard is it to address this issue? We need a section every week. We need a section every week that addresses availability. And there's really nothing else to say about it. You can trust me on that. I'm Mr. Heartgrave. Gravediggers, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and keep digging. But myself keeps slipping.